Our Lady, welcome to the next evening. We have another interview for you. Today is with Mr. Stemle. We are recording this one a little bit earlier this afternoon because I had the bright idea of spending my whole night and next day running, so it felt like props to Mr. Stemle for suggesting we do this earlier, so I have some time to get ready for that. So, Mr. Stemle, thanks for that idea, and thanks for joining us.
Not a problem.
Yeah. We're trying to use these just as a way to still connect with school families, and not only school families, but anybody who might have questions about our school. It's a good way to, I think, to get to know our teachers a little bit and hear a few things about why they became a teacher, what their philosophies are, and why they like being at Our Lady. So today is your turn. If you wouldn't mind, for those who maybe do not know you as well, I know you're from the area, but if you wouldn't mind just giving a little bit of your background.
In teaching or just
just personally? We'll start personally. Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up here, went to Holy Family. Sorry about that, everybody.
You didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Then I went to Providence, and then after that I went to IUS and got a degree, and I spent 2 years subbing, and then I got a job in Louisville teaching kindergarten, first grade reading and PE. That was my first job. Which was unreal. But yeah, it's all good. I got two kids, Nate and Liv, and I got a wonderful wife named Casey. She's also a teacher and much smarter than me. So yeah, Nate and Liv are great. Casey's great. So that's about me.
Okay. So you went through Holy Family, went to Providence. Did you play any sports at Providence?
I played basketball and I played tennis. So
basketball.
Yeah.
So your basketball coach, who would have been the varsity coach at that time? Who was the?
That was oh my gosh, yeah, I love that guy.
I hope they're not watching.
So no, it was oh my god, was that? Oh, that's terrible.
We'll come back to it later. Yeah,
that was fun. But we won a sectional that year, and
nice.
My junior year, yeah. So my picture's on the wall, and I've got hair in that picture. So
and that was a non-class sectional too. It would have been, right?
Yeah. So we beat Jeff and then beat New Albany. So that was a big deal.
I'm sure it was. Did you know in high school that you wanted to be a teacher? Did that come later, or?
No. It started much earlier than that.
Really?
Yeah. I tell you, when I was in second grade, my dad and my oldest brother were killed in a car wreck, and it was, obviously a terrible time. And I had such good teachers, and I noticed them, and they were phenomenal all the way from, first grade all the way through Providence. I just noticed, especially when I was younger and the older I got, I always picked up on teachers I had always cared.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this has got to be a great gig. I'm sure it pays a ton of money. I definitely want to be a teacher because they're always happy. And I don't know. I was like, this has got to be a great gig. So, that's why. So from a very young age.
Well, that's good. See, my situation was much different. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I wanted to play baseball in college, so that was my focus. I started out with a degree. Well, I majored in communication because I thought that my grandfather was involved in sports and photography, and I thought, well, I'll work for a team. I'll do something like that. But I'd always thought about teaching, and I'd allowed people to sort of talk me out of it. Like, you don't want to do that. You're not going to make any money. You need to do something different. But I just kept coming back to it. And once I finally made the decision, it was about the start of my junior year in college. I was pretty far down the line, and I enjoyed what I was studying. And I found it to be very helpful in my role in education to have that communication background. But the best bet at that point was just to finish that out and then go get my master's in teaching and go that way. So I'm always sort of jealous of people who knew early on that's what they wanted to do, because I didn't have a clue.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got into it.
Yeah, it's been good. So you've shared this with me before. If you wouldn't mind sharing your story of how you got the job at Our Lady, it's a bit of a unique story. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, it was around this time of year. It was in April, right before Derby, and I was driving home from Louisville, and I didn't live very far away from Our Lady, so I was cutting through the neighborhood. I thought, well, I'll try it out and see if there's any openings. I'd been over in Louisville for a few years, and I thought it'd be better to be close to home. So I walked in, and I think my sister, jeez, I'm the worst with names, freaking up. I think it was Anne Marie. No, Jean. I don't know. It's terrible. Anyway, I sat down and talked to her, and I said, "You have any openings?" She goes, "We have fourth grade. Why don't you sit down and talk to me?" So we talked for about 45 minutes. She goes, "Well, you got the job if you want it." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
So that was your interview. You just walked into an interview.
Yeah, I just walked in. I just want to get an app. I think I asked for like a application or something. I was like, it was bizarre though. The timing was perfect.
Yeah.
So, but that was
Yeah. I mean, do you ever wonder what had you not dropped in that day? What would have
my
been?
life would be so completely different. So many good people at Our Lady I've met through. Father Paul was there when I first got there, and he was pretty new. And I don't know, there's so many great people that I've met. So yeah, I can't imagine not being there. So yeah, it's kind of weird.
So at Our Lady, you mentioned you have been in sixth grade, fourth grade, and third grade.
I taught fourth for a couple of years when I first came. I got demoted to third, so they booted me down to third, and then after a few years, I taught with Miss Reed. We had a great time in third grade, and then I got moved to sixth grade, and it was double whammy because it was my son Nate's class. So it was, oh my gosh! So I got third to sixth grade is a humongous jump. So that was a nightmare as far as getting adjusted. But everybody up there was great, and then I wanted to move back down to fourth because I had been with fourth graders for a couple of years. So I got to move back down a few years ago. So it's good.
Fourth grade. I'm curious. I mean, it's me being the end of my second year in an elementary, but it's a bit of a unique age because they're growing up, but they're not quite middle school yet. And I know you and Miss Fareed do a great job of trying to blend the two to have fun with them and hold them accountable at the same time. But what is it about that age group that appeals to you that makes you enjoy fourth grade?
And they're starting to get more independent, which is cool. They still get wide-eyed about stories about stuff. So I don't know, it's perfect because they're upstairs for the first time too, which is and they see the older kids and I don't know, it's I can't say that it's really a bad grade to teach.
Sure.
I'm sure from what I've had, but fourth grade is unique because they're right on on the cusp of middle school, and I don't know, it's a lot of fun. They're I can't say I've had a class ever in fourth grade, or really any of them, fourth grade especially. It was always good, fun, and I don't know. The wide-eyed part is cool because they don't act like they know everything, and plus and they are much more independent.
Yeah. And I know you guys introduced them in fifth through eighth. We have our house system at Our Lady, but even you and Miss Free kind of have your own in classroom house. Does it work primarily the same way? I know you guys do some different competitions and games and things.
It gets pretty rowdy, man. I mean,
yeah.
It's so yeah, we have the four houses from Harry Potter, and we start the day we get back from Christmas break, and so we kind of like try to put them together with who they're going to work well with and who they're going to be, really, really want to be around for the rest of the year, essentially. So we have competitions, throughout the week, and we have like, trivia questions and all kinds of stuff. And you can earn points by, following directions, working hard with your group. And it's just kind of like a big support thing too. And it works great for discipline. My gosh, it kind of police, the kids police themselves essentially in their houses. So it's a blast. Redoing it has made it even that much better. But yeah, I know Kramer went through it, and it was
you got pretty serious about it. Yeah,
it's very fun. It's not like you can't hang out with other people because we want to make sure you hang out with everybody. But
yeah,
house thing is a good time, very good time.
What's this whole situation with e-learning been like for you? We've had several conversations about, you know, specifics regarding lessons and all that, but bigger picture, I mean, I think everybody's just trying to stay connected in some way and still stay on top of our kids and make sure that they're doing okay. What approach have you taken with your classes this past month now?
Yeah, it's pretty much a nightmare because you can't, see them, see your class all the time, and the give and take is essentially gone majority of the time. So we have a meeting every morning at 9:30. Some of the kids complaining that that's too early, but uh, it's always funny though. But we have a really big turnout most mornings, so and they just want to see each other,
Yeah.
and they want to hang out and talk and just have fun with each other. I think they miss that. So I think just I don't know, the give and take, the smiles and the questions we see and hear daily. Missing that is probably the worst part of it. I When this first started, I thought 2 weeks is gonna be way too long to do this, but it's tough. But I tell you, truly, especially this class. I mean, I'm sure every class I've had would be like this, but they've worked so hard, and the quality work has been outstanding. So I don't know. I miss seeing them.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
And you guys are missing out on some fourth grade milestone things like your famous Hoosier project, the classroom plays that you do. Am I missing something else
Yeah,
in there?
and we go to Conner Prairie and Indy.
Yeah.
That's a huge field trip for fourth graders. So we're missing that. The plays are always fun. I mean, and we just kind of picked them out, and they were all excited about what part they could play and those. But in the house cup, we've had kids upset about it's not be able to continue that because we have a feast, the last day of school,
Hmm.
get to hang out and eat together and celebrate the end of the year. So missing on that stuff has been brutal.
Yeah. Um, when the kids leave you guys, in some ways it's just based on where you're situated. They don't go very far. They just go right around the corner. But now they've got lockers, and now they're in middle school, and it's somewhat of a new world for them. Between you and Miss Free, not to have you speak for her, but what do you hope they take with them from fourth grade when they look back at the end of their journey to Our Lady? What do you want them to remember from their experience with you guys in fourth grade?
I just want them to think that they learned a lot and they had a really good time. That's the main thing. I want them prepared for the next year and feeling good about going into fifth grade, knowing that they're ready. I don't want them to look. I think Miss Reed's the same way. I want them to look back and say, "Man, that was a lot of fun. That was such a good time." And and the coolest thing for me is when they get older and they come back and see me. That's my favorite thing. It can be when they're in middle school or when they're driving and in high school and they come back. That's the best. But just seeing them and as they get older, it's cool. It's a lot of fun.
We have some questions from the Facebook audience, if you don't mind me asking those right
Oh,
now.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, from two staff members. So we'll start with Miss Hannah Day, which we should give a shout out to Miss Hannah Day, who I know helps you and Miss Free and all your assistants. Well, let's pause right there. So let's talk about you've got her, you've got Miss Bergstrom, you've got Miss Schultz. Who am I forgetting? Hannah. You guys get a lot of help up there, don't you?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal. It's huge help. Huge.
Yeah. Hannah mentions that she had you in sixth grade when you were teaching sixth grade. And she wants to know, she said you always made their students try a Vegemite at the end of the school year. And she wants to know if you ever actually tried it yourself.
Yeah, she obviously didn't listen when she was in sixth grade. So that's a wonderful job, Hannah. It means a lot. So yeah, my second year at Our Lady, I had a kid who moved here from Australia. So one day his mom brought in Australian food and she had a big spread and I had a conference somewhere in the building that morning. So I showed up and the kids were all eating in the room and a bunch of kids were like, "You gotta try this sandwich. And it's Vegemite." I'm like, "I don't know what that is." So I took a big hunk of it, big sandwich, and I shoved the whole thing in my mouth and ate it. It was interesting. I
Yeah.
will never say it tasted bad. You will not forget it when you try it, So, I got, this class is going to have to do it next, they're going to have to try Vegemite to start fifth grade. And my kids, we were supposed to do it with Kramer's class this spring too. So I'm going to have like 2 classes out there trying
Wow.
it. You won't forget it. So I have tried.
When you mention sandwiches, I should mention that you're also known for your grilled cheese sandwiches that you make for the staff a couple times a year. We're missing out on that too.
I do dig the grilled cheese.
Yeah.
That's a good time. So I'll definitely make that when we get back.
Ms. Gilbert, our counselor, sent in a question, and she would like to know why are giving hugs your most favorite thing to do?
Oh, that's not true. So I'll get Miss Gilbert back for that one. Perfect. Thank you.
All right, we're at the point we're gonna have a lightning round question. So first thing that comes in your mind, just you hear the question, give us the answer. Okay.
Right.
Texting or talking?
Talking.
Talking. Do you have a nickname?
M-Stem.
Did you have a nickname as a kid?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Stymie was one.
Stymie.
Stymie, yeah, from Little Rascals.
Okay. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Christmas. Scale of 1 to 10, how good of a driver do you consider yourself to be?
4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not very good.
Scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at keeping secrets?
Oh, 4.
So don't tell you anything, huh?
No, that's why no one talks to me.
Let's see. Obviously, this is a timely question since we can't travel. Assuming we weren't in school and we could travel, where would you like to be right now?
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. All right. Similar story. If we know you're a big NHL fan, if you could be at an NHL arena tonight, where would you be?
I'd be in, I don't know. I've never been to Detroit. It's my team, but I'm Boston.
Boston. But you went there last year, didn't you?
Went there in November. It was unreal. So,
Yeah. Pie.
Pie?
Yeah.
Apple.
Okay. Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Why would you? No.
You mentioned having the Harry Potter classes houses, so here's a question for you. If Voldemort offered you a hug, would you accept?
I would pass him off to Bree.
Is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
No, I can't imagine that ever being acceptable.
Okay. Be careful with this one. This is the first male I've asked this question to.
All right.
Which gender is more complicated, males or females?
Wow. Definitely males.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
Goes without saying.
Yeah. We're definitely more complicated. Why would you ask me?
You are not a coffee drinker, correct?
No. Diet Dr. Pepper.
So, Diet Dr. Pepper, do you need something like that in the morning to get you going, or is that kind of the lunchtime boost?
Lunch.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot do you like your shower water to be?
9.
9, hot shower. Okay. Let's see. Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate. All right. Last time you stayed up past 4 in the morning?
About a week and a half ago.
Week and a half ago? Well, I'll be doing that tonight.
Yeah, I know. I look forward to seeing you out there.
Tune in. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
If you and your wife were in a karaoke competition, who would win?
Oh, she would.
She would? Based on voice and performance value?
Yeah. I couldn't do that.
All right. Last question. Easy one. What is your middle name?
David.
All right.
I did get something cool, though. I got something really cool, though. I wanted to show you. A buddy of mine, I think he works for NASA. He sent this Sharpie to me. He said it writes underwater. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I think he works in NASA. I don't know. He's a lot smarter than me. So he said, and it's true. I mean,
Wow.
I wrote underwater with it. I mean, and it writes other words too, which is pretty
That's
cool.
amazing. That is amazing.
I wanted to share that too.
We might have to put that pen up for auction one night to erase.
To come see the Sharpie sometime. It's pretty amazing.
Well, Mr. Stemle, I appreciate your time. Hopefully this isn't the last interview in our series because I, don't make it back from my 24-hour adventure I'm embarking on. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But seriously, thanks for coming on. I know our families and whoever tunes in will enjoy hearing your insights on Our Lady and everything else we talked about.
Right. Very cool.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you soon.
All right. See you, man.